Hey everyone, welcome back. It's the Friday edition of the COVID Cocktail Club. It's actually amazing. It's already been a full week. Well, today being the fourth day, we're very, very excited to share today's cocktail. There's been a lot of interest. I'm not going to even tell you what it is yet, but I can tell you it's been the most popular, probably request and cocktail that's come up in terms of questions and how to make them, the different variations. So we'll be sharing that shortly. But I did want to just spend a couple minutes here and really thank everyone for all the energy and all the excitement you guys are sharing with us, because it gets us excited and it really reinforces really what this is all about, which is just having fun, taking our mind of all this craziness going on out there, with, of course, the excuse to make drinks at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is always fun as well. But one photo I want to call attention to that someone sent in, Rachel and her son Thomas, teenage son Thomas, posted a great pic of their bee's knees. What was great about it was Rachel was drinking it, Thomas was making it. And little small connection or small world story. Thomas, you've come a long way. I used to coach Thomas in baseball, so it's kind of neat to see it come full circle. Now he's making drinks and having fun with his mom. So great job with the picture again, Rachel. And I really challenge all of you guys, share pictures, share stories, any creative riffs or takeoffs on these drinks. So again, it's all about the community. So glad you guys are having fun.
Rachel, I just hats off to you for great homeschooling. I love the science lesson. That's so fantastic. Okay, so on to today. I am really excited because finally we've moved on to the brown stuff, and I really love the brown stuff. We are going to make today an old-fashioned cocktail. Please, 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 I beg you guys to never call it an old-fashioned with no ED. That's not the name of this cocktail. It is an old-fashioned with an ED. I know I'm like a grammar Nazi crazy person, but just don't spell it wrong. It's gonna drive me bonkers. It's an old-fashioned, as in the good old-fashioned days when Jason and I would be allowed to sit in the same bar and have a drink together, or when I wouldn't be making drinks in my pajama pants and barefoot, and when we could all be sitting together and not be 6 feet apart. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. We'll make it a little bit fancy for you guys in case you want to get exciting. I was thinking that we would smoke it today, just because it's Friday.
Why not?
Let's put a fire into our Friday. Why the hell not? Okay. So what we're going to use to do this is really any kind of fire that you have laying around. Okay, like if this is the fire you've got laying around, do it, guys. That works. If you're a baker and you've got the creme brulee torch, rock and roll, that works. I've got this awesome little gas station guy that works super well too. Jason, you've got something fancy?
I do. I have this Breville smoker. I believe you have one as well. I think there's a little funny story about this smoker in our 2 households.
Yeah, this may or may not have been a Father's Day present that Marcy and I maybe collaborated on one year, and I may have given it to Brian as a Father's Day present. It's sort of a self-gift, but he enjoys the cocktail, so sort of.
It's anyway. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Okay, so Jason will use that today to show you guys how it can get like super smoky. I'm just gonna use a regular lighter. Okay. Now that you figured out what we're using for fire, what are we lighting on fire? Okay, we don't have to get fancy here either, although you can. If you've got a cedar plank laying around from like, I don't know, cooking maybe a salmon or whatever, you can use that. That gives it a little bit extra. That's what I'm gonna use. If you don't, a plate works too. Anything, a coaster, a plate, anything that won't catch on fire is gonna be totally fine for this. I have got some barbecue chips in here that I literally got, you guys. Literally, it's like a Weber bag of barbecue chips that I got, I don't know, on Amazon for like, what, $8, Jason?
Yeah.
Something, I mean, ridiculous, right? Like so easy. If you don't have that, I've got rosemary that you could also smoke and give it extra flavor. I mean, again, no rules, you guys. Make up whatever you want to, set on fire. Okay. So then all we're going to do is literally light it on fire and then throw your glass over it. The important part here is to keep a good seal so that the smoke stays inside your glass. And also, don't burn the house down. Jason, anything else?
Yes. One point about the Breville in particular, while it's fun, it will smoke up pretty quickly. So just, there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't mean your house is going to catch on fire, like Rysse said, but be prepared if we're doing it this way with a glass that it will smoke up pretty quickly.
Let's get smoking. What's more fun than lighting shit on fire? You can see I've already got some smoke and okay. So I'm just gonna let that sort of sit there and call the fire department for Jason.
I warned you. Now I'm gonna bring this back so you can see the glass.
While we let that smoke and sit there, we're gonna go ahead and build this cocktail quickly in our, if you have a mixing glass, use a mixing glass. If you don't have a fancy mixing glass, do it just in your shaker tin, that's fine. Okay, moving right along. I'm just gonna eyeball about ½ an ounce of simple syrup again. You can use agave. Jason, you wanna show them the traditional way of making a classic?
Yes, so again, this takes a little more effort, but if you've got time, which I think we all do right now, and you wanna have some fun and really use the classic recipe, you can actually just take a sugar cube. I have a brown sugar cube. Add just a little bit of warm water, just a splash. Then just muddle it or break it down.
Any way you want to get something sweet in there is going to work.
Right?
Okay. Okay, then we're going to add 2 ounces of bourbon. And I am going to use my my very favorite, this is my go-to, my Four Roses small batch. You can see I've sort of used a lot of it and will continue to. But Jason, what are you going to use?
I'm using this, it's a small batch. I've actually yet to try it. I'm actually testing it today with you guys. It's a Douglas and Todd. It's a small batch bourbon that I'm going to use. Rysse, if I can ask you real quick, I was busy breaking down my sugar. Did you already add your bitters?
Not yet.
Okay.
I was getting there.
All right, just want to make sure.
And I've got 2 ounces of, 2 ounces, I'm sorry, 2 dashes of Angostura. But what I will also say is this is also a really easy place to get really fancy with your drink. If you have interesting bitters on hand, this is a place where you can just add whatever you've got. You got rhubarb bitters, you got mole bitters, whatever you feel like using, you know, that's a very easy place to add a little bit of flavor. Okay.
Right. I could just point out, yeah, mole is great. Also, if you want to get fancy, as Rysse so eloquently put, I'm very fancy. So you can take an Angostura bottle, which is just a classic bottle you get at any grocery store. And as you build up your bar and you want to really have fun with the bar and you know, sort of the design of the bar itself, you can get these really interesting little bitters. What do we want to call these, Rysse?
Bottles?
Aside from bottles, there's actually a name for these. But anyways, yes.
Dasher.
There you go. It's a dasher. It's a bitters dasher. Thank you. Smart ass. Anyways, Angostura. All right.
Okay. So I'm ready to stir. Jason, did you want to add?
Yeah, so as Rysse alluded to earlier, and it's sort of a common theme you'll hear with us with rules and no rules, depending on really the flavor profile you're looking for, which recipe you look up. Some people will add an orange peel early on, which I like. I like having that orange oil that gets expressed early on into the drink. So I just add an orange peel early on. And again, muddle it in there with the bitters, with the broken down sugar cube.
I'll throw one in there too, just for fun. If you've got a white peeler at home that you use for your potatoes, that works on an orange.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna stir it up with the biggest ice that you can find because you don't want this one to get too diluted, okay? So I'm just gonna grab ice that came from my freezer. It's not clear, it's not pretty, it's not fancy. I'm just gonna use that. Then we're gonna stir it up. Then we are gonna finally pull out our glass that's been smoking, so hopefully it tastes real good. And we're gonna put in the largest ice cube that you possibly can find in here because the less it dilutes, or the slower it dilutes rather, the longer you can really enjoy that drink. A lot of you guys have at home a big ice cube. I saw some people, Mary, shout out, got these big ice cubes, and this is the perfect time to use that. What I will also say is I like them clear because I'm sort of an ice snob. I think Jason is too. So we'll talk another time about some really great ways of getting clear ice if you guys want to do that. It takes up some serious freezer real estate, but I think it's worth it. Let's put it in our glass. Pardon me while I grab my clear ice. Okay. Oh my gosh, that smells awesome. Okay. Then we're just going to pour it right over the clear ice. You always want to put the ice in first and then pour your drink over the ice. It'll help the ice get clearer and avoid a big splashy mess. Okay. You're going to want to garnish this bad boy with another orange peel, not a cherry.
But if we ever use a cherry, what's our rule?
No shitty cherries.
No shitty cherries.
If you insist on using the cherries, that's your cherry.
Yep. You beat me to it.
Okay, just gonna squeeze that, get some of that orange zest in there, go around the rim, and boom. And I've got a fantastic drink. Okay. This one's gonna be awesome. I really can't wait to drink this one. What I do want to tell you guys for next week, we are going to go ahead and give you a shopping list so that you have everything that you need on hand to make everything next week. Okay, anything we missed?
No, I'm ready to drink.
Y'all are going to enjoy this one. All right, to the weekend.
The weekend.
Cheers.
Cheers, Rysse.